Alert Level 3 is now up in Gaza Strip, and the DFA hopes more Filipinos in the war-torn territory would just choose to return to the Philippines. Authorities are finding out more about the hacking of a Philippine Statistics Authority system and how deep the data breach is. The trailer for the historical film Gomburza is now out, and we give you a sneak peek. Fast, focused, and fearless, here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Denise Tan. The Philippines has put Gaza under Level 3. This means that the government will now call on Filipinos in the area to consider voluntary repatriation. The move comes after the Foreign Affairs Department confirmed the death of 2 Filipinos in Israel. One of the fatalities was a 33-year-old female from Pangasinan who's newly married. She worked as a caregiver in Israel for 6 years. The other victim was a married 42-year-old male from Pampanga. The embassy is still verifying the reported death of another Filipino who will be identified through DNA testing. Another OFW is still in the hospital due to injuries, while 3 remain unaccounted for. One of the missing is Helianor Pacheco, who was reportedly taken by Hamas.
Still pending status updates, inuulat natin sa Israeli Defense Forces who operate on the ground. Kasi meron pa hong hostilities, may rocket fire, etc. So hindi pa safe on the ground itself, no? So ang Israeli Defense Forces are informed of the OFWs na hinahanap pa natin. At kung may na-locate sila, dinadala nila sa rescue areas. Hindi ko lang po ma-disclose kung ano yung location. But merong rescue areas kung saan naroon dinadala nila yung mga nasasagip na mga OFWs. At yun naman ang pinuntahan ng ating labor attaché at welfare officer.
A Filipina nurse is being hailed as a hero in Israel after she refused to leave her elderly patient while Hamas attacked. Angeline Aguirre had a chance to flee Kibbutz Kfar Gaza but did not do so and stayed with her ward until the end. Both were brutally murdered by militant soldiers. Jerusalem's Deputy Mayor Flor Hassan Nahum said Aguirre had unbelievable humanity and loyalty and showed, quote, unimaginable honor in the face of evil. In other news, the Philippine Statistics Authority confirms a hacking attack on one of its systems. PSA Data Privacy Officer Eliezer Ambatali told Radio 5 Ted Filon and DJ Chacha that hackers were able to get limited data from the community-based monitoring system. The CBMS contains data necessary to analyze target populations for local government policies. The PSA assures no financial information had been compromised, particularly the Philippine identification and civil registration systems.
Wala pong amount or financial income na nakalagay dito sa ating mga datos sa CBMS. Actually, ang tinutukoy natin ng mga financial information dito ay mga non-quantifiable. So ibig sabihin ito ay yung mga indication lang ng kanilang financial status.
The PSA systems hacking comes on the heels of the Medusa ransomware attack on PhilHealth. But unlike the health state insurer's breach, no ransom had been asked for PSA's database. The DICT earlier said local actors are behind the PSA hacking while an international syndicate attacked PhilHealth. An investigation is ongoing.
It would seem like, Sir Ted, that they just want to expose, and actually based on their post, they are bragging that they have successfully entered and captured some information in our database. But right now, there are no intention, or there are no calls coming from them towards us asking for anything.
We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Teams are raring to return to the court with the PVL All-Filipino Conference just around the corner. Here's the story. A bigger and better Premier Volleyball League is all set to return for its season-ending All-Filipino Conference. Two teams are joining the mix, the Galleries Tower High Risers and NX-led Chameleons. More fans will be able to see exciting volleyball action with several out-of-town games in place. PVL will hold games in Batangas, Cagayan de Oro, Iloilo, and Santa Rosa in Laguna.
The main reason is we want to reach out. I just base it on demographics and the number of people watching on those areas. So that's why we want to bring the players closer, the games closer to those venues. So basically, that's the main reason.
New rules will also be implemented for the upcoming conference to shorten the length of games. According to Malonzo, there will only be one technical timeout per set, which will happen after the first team scores its 13th point. Only one coach timeout per set will be allowed. At the same time, there will be 2 video challenges per set. Coaches will also have access to their teams during challenges. Several revisions were also made for the change of courts during sets. Defending All-Filipino champion Creamline Cool Smashers will have to fill in the gap left by star Gia Morado de Guzman. The G amazing setter has taken her talents to Japan and is now playing for the Denso Airy Bees. With this, the position's duties are left to Kyle Negrito. Team captain Eliza Valdez notes the difference in setting styles by both players.
If you're gonna ask me how different the setting style, so much different from each other. But the system-wise, if we really stick to the system, syempre same din yung kakalabasan and result nun for our team.
Chocomucho highlights the Chocomucho Flying Titans are also carrying their learnings from their VTV Cup in Vietnam last August. The team won the bronze medal against some of the top Asian teams they played against in that tournament. This, according to Captain Bea De Leon, will be the team's advantage heading into the conference.
Everybody played a different style of volleyball, and we had like a day or two to adjust to that. So I think bringing it to the PVL, tactical-wise, it's a huge help for us.
New team NX-led, meanwhile, is confident they can go toe-to-toe against the best teams in the PVL. Japanese Takoyaki Minowa will bring his national team experience to NX-led as a head coach.
I want to be coaching here, but also I want to learn Filipino culture and how their preparation practice, how they doing a game, like more culture and also food, and more like out of court. I want to learn everything, and then just I share my volleyball knowledge. So we just share another culture.
The PVL All-Filipino Conference kicks off on October 15 with a solid triple header at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. NX-led takes on the Jerflor Defenders at 3 p.m. Followed by the PLDT High-Speed Hitters versus the Signal HD Spikers at 5 in the afternoon. Creamline and Chocomucho will cap the day off at 7 p.m. Catch those games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live app. In entertainment, the trailer for the much-anticipated historical film Gomburza is now out. Let's watch this.
Huwag kang magulat kung sa darating na panahon ay ikaw din ang paratangan ng rebelde. Anti-Espanyol, anti-Iglesia. Ang importante, gawin mo ang tama.
Don Pedro, di ba kayo natatakot?
Bakit ako matatakot magsabi ng totoo?
Hindi niyo ako pinakikinggan! Sabihin mo sa akin, Padre, hindi ba talaga tayo minalas at sinumpang bayan? Buhay pa ba ang alab sa puso mo?
One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News, all sides, all the time.